At the edge of a vast forest, bathed in the golden glow of the sun, lay the village of Umuofia. It was a place where laughter echoed through the air, mingling with the sweet melodies of birds. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, their days filled with the simple joys of life. Among them lived a young boy named Obinna, his heart brimming with the spirit of adventure. Obinna loved to play under the boundless sky. He would chase the butterflies that fluttered through the fields, their wings like rainbows against the green. He would spend hours listening to the elders tell stories of their ancestors, stories that spoke of bravery, wisdom, and the magic that lay hidden within the heart of the forest. But there was one place that filled Obinna with a sense of unease. The forest, with its towering trees and mysterious depths, had always seemed like a forbidden realm to him. His mother often warned him about the dangers that lurked within its shadows, and he heeded her words. Obinna's father, a renowned hunter, had once told him, "The forest, my son, is a place of wonder and respect. It is alive with spirits both good and bad. To venture within, one must tread carefully." Obinna's father had tragically passed away a few years ago. Obinna missed him dearly. He missed his father's warm embrace, his calming voice, and the way he always knew how to make him smile. Obinna cherished the memories of their time together. He remembered how his father would teach him about the different plants and animals that inhabited their world, instilling in him a deep respect for the delicate balance of nature. He remembered the stories his father would tell him about the forest spirits, tales that filled him with a mix of awe and trepidation. One sweltering afternoon, as Obinna played near the edge of the forest, his eyes were drawn to a flash of brilliant blue. A bird unlike any he had ever seen before perched on a low-hanging branch. Its feathers shimmered like sapphires in the sunlight, and its song was a melody that seemed to weave magic into the air. Obinna was captivated. He crept closer, his heart pounding with excitement. He had never seen anything so beautiful. The bird tilted its head, as if sensing his presence, and then, with a flick of its wings, it disappeared into the dense foliage of the forest. Obinna hesitated for a moment, his mother's warnings echoing in his ears. But the allure of the bird was too strong to resist. He had to see it again. With a deep breath, he took a step into the forest, his bare feet sinking into the soft earth. As Obinna ventured deeper into the forest, the sunlight began to fade. The trees grew taller, their branches intertwining overhead to form a thick canopy that blocked out the sky. The air grew heavy with the scent of damp earth and unfamiliar flowers. Obinna felt a shiver run down his spine. He pushed on, his eyes scanning the undergrowth for any sign of the bluebird. But the forest was silent, save for the rustling of leaves and the occasional chirp of an unseen insect. Time seemed to slip away as he wandered through the maze of trees. It wasn't long before Obinna realized he was lost. Panic welled up inside him. He called out for his mother, his voice trembling with fear. But the only response was the echo of his own voice bouncing back from the silent trees. Tears streamed down his face as the realization of his predicament sunk in. He was alone, lost, and surrounded by the very dangers his mother had warned him about. As darkness began to envelop the forest, casting long, eerie shadows across the forest floor, Obinna stumbled upon a clearing. In the center, nestled amongst the roots of a giant baobab tree, lay a small, moss-covered stone. As he approached the stone, Obinna felt a strange sensation wash over him. It was a feeling of peace and familiarity, yet it was also tinged with a profound sadness. He sat down on the stone, his body trembling with fear and exhaustion. As he closed his eyes, he thought he heard his father's voice, carried on the gentle whisper of the wind. "Fear not, my son," the voice seemed to say. "You are not alone." Obinna opened his eyes, startled. He looked around, but there was no one there. Had he imagined it? The voice sounded so real, so close. He closed his eyes again, focusing on the sound of the wind rustling the leaves above him. And there it was again, fainter this time, but unmistakable. His father's voice. Guided by the whispers, Obinna journeyed deeper into the heart of the forest. He encountered creatures he had only heard of in stories. Giant millipedes that glowed with an otherworldly light, monkeys with fur as white as snow, and butterflies with wings as large as his head. The forest, once a source of fear, was slowly revealing its secrets to him. He learned that the trees could talk, their voices carried on the wind. He learned that the animals were not to be feared, but respected. And he learned that the forest was a place of balance, where life and death existed in perfect harmony. Through it all, his father's spirit was his constant companion. It warned him of dangers, guided him along safe paths, and comforted him in moments of fear. The forest, with all its mystery and wonder, was no longer a menacing wilderness to Obinna, it was becoming his sanctuary.